clock. It's going to be holding.
Holding, 65 offense, 10 yards only, 3-3 second down.
Ball against Ron Soap.
You see Ron Salt, he's the right guard. He's coming down. He just blocks the nose tackle, Howard, right in the back. Then I guess he grabbed him at the end. What happened is he got put in a holding position by Eric Howard's quickness.
Cunningham back to throw it. Screen pass coming. Fire. Adrian White. Again, let's go back for an NFL update and Brent Musburger.
Quickly, things are changing down in Dallas, Pat. The Cowboys have not yet won a game at home. Jim Everett, after a turnover, lights up the scoreboard for the Rams. Ron Brown, and now it's a 3-point game. We'll keep you up to date on this one, our post-game show. Back to Pat and John.
3rd and 23 for the Eagles at Giant Stadium. Robert Drummond in the backfield now with Byars. Cunningham knocked backward. They're saying safety, the Giant players are, but it's on the 1. Eric Howard, a loss of 10 yards.
I'll tell you, both of these team defenses have come up with big plays when they had to today. Watch the pressure here. He gets pressure from right up the middle by Eric Howard. Does a good job, makes the tackle, wraps him up. I'm not sure why that's not a safety.
Look who the punter is. Cunningham. Standing back on the inline. A good kick. A super kick. Gets away from Megan. And is still running away from Megan. Megan down at about the 15. What a job.
That is unbelievable. A quarterback takes a sack and then comes back and punts the ball 91 yards. Put the pressure on Cunningham. Now, it looked like it could have been a safety, but if you look right here, he really does take him into the end zone. You see, Cunningham is there on the 2 when he's hit. Right now, he's hit there in the 2. See, so his progress is stopped right there, and he goes backwards. So the ball was on the 2. So now, because he didn't have the 10 yards, Cunningham gets back and does the punting. This ball, had Meggett not picked it up, would have been a 100-yard punt.
91 as it was, an Eagle record. Flag on the play. Simmons. This is Moat. There's a penalty coming.
Illegal formation, offense.
The Giants have 2 tight ends in there, and it's usually when the end man is not up on the line of scrimmage. And that makes a tackle eligible. That's usually what an illegal formation gets you.
Final score, the 49ers continue to roll. Both New Orleans and the Rams are losing at the moment. Reggie White got a hand on Sims. Sims lost the ball. Hit by Mike Pitts, and the Eagles have it. Pitts got it.
Reggie White just ran right over Doug Riesenberg. Watch him here. Watch the pass rush here. Watch 92 there. He just gets the push. He gets Riesenberg going back. just puts him right on the back. Now he's the guy, because of that pressure there, that makes Sims, again, step up. Now he has to step up. Then he gets pressure from the outside, and that knocks the ball out.
That was Mike Golick who knocked the ball loose after White supplied the initial pressure. First and goal at the 7. 5th sack on Sims and the 5th turnover. Cunningham for Drummond, who almost came up with a spectacular catch.
Today, the Giant defense gets another chance in this goal line. Remember what they did last time? They held the Eagles down there. One thing about a Buddy Ryan defensive team, they do get the ball. That's been the story of their whole game.
They get that push that you've been talking about. They just sort of overpower you.
Raise havoc.
To Byars. Byars to about the 2.5. Terry Kennard the stop to pick up a 5.
You know, a good defense now gets down there and gets in the huddle and says, now we got them where we want them. They can't throw deep. They can't run any fancy plays. They just have to come right at us. This is football. Giants have done it once before. They have to believe that they can do it again, not let the Eagles in.
3rd and goal at the 2.
I still think Cunningham has to handle the ball himself.
And he probably will, John. Byars at the back, and he gives to Byars. Touchdown. A delayed signal, but Byars got in from 2 yards out.
The special teams making a great kick by Randall Cunningham. Then the defense getting the turnover, and the offense getting it in.
And a heck of an effort by Byars. Ruzek's extra point is good, and the Eagles recapture the lead, 24-17. Pretty well tells you the story of this contest, the turnovers and the results. It's Dallas at Philadelphia. A little revenge to spice that one up a little bit. Detroit, Chicago, and then we'll be in Denver. Both that Dallas-Philadelphia game and the Giants at Denver could have a big effect on the outcome of the NFC East.
I think the team that wins today is really going to be in the driver's seat to win the division. The team that loses today, I think, has to start looking at a wild card or some help from other teams.
Ruzek to kick it off. Those are the standings. It's going to be Ingram at the 1. To about the 29. Don't forget, again, next Saturday, the traditional Army-Navy game. Next Saturday at 2:30 here on CBS. Army 6-4, Navy's 2-8. But those records really don't make any difference. The scoring drive, if you can call it a drive, 3 plays, 7 yards after that fantastic punt by Randall Cunningham.
Coaches always talk about it, offense, defense, and special teams. And I think that last scoring drive, that last play was all the things the coaches talk about.
Tillman was the ball carrier, picked up 3.
But the Eagle defense just comes in, and you just look at what they've done. They just start with that big 4-man line. They just start putting that pressure, and they keep it on you all day.
Again, it's Tillman. Not much doing. Reggie White and Clyde Simmons, the two defensive ends.
I know one thing here, the fans they want Jeff Hostetler or someone else to come in here and play quarterback for this Giant team, but this is Phil Simms' team, and as long as he is healthy, he is going to be the quarterback of this team.
Third down. They got it to Megan and got the first down. Terry Hogue stopped it.
See the way he threw that? He looked like he shot-putted it. You know, that's the thing, baby. In the wind, you don't want to get the ball up there high. You want to keep it low so that the wind can't affect it. But watch how he keeps that low. The wind still affects it. It still looks like, woo, you know, coming in like that. But he threw it low into the wind.
First down, Giants. They're at their own 45. The Eagles up 24-17. Tillman still is the lone setback. Maybe a yard brought down by Reggie White.
It was last night we talked to Reggie White, and he was saying it's the biggest game of his life, and this is what it's all about. And, you know, and a lot of times guys say that on Saturday, and they don't play that way on Sunday. But I have the feeling that Reggie White has played one of his better games.
I think he meant it. It's the Eagles and the Giants at Giant Stadium. Reggie White. Second down, 10.
Remember on Thanksgiving Day we gave him the drumstick for his play there. He would deserve the whole turkey for this one.
Flag on the play. Intended for Meggett. Andre Waters all over him.
That was a matchup when the Giants moved Meggett to the outside. They were hoping to get that matchup. Andre Waters. Of course, they threw one earlier to him, was intercepted by Eric Allen.
Pass interference. Number 20 on the defense. Automatic first down.
It's right on the bottom here. You see number 20. That's Andre Waters. The ball's in the air. I don't know that he tackled him or Meggett just dove for the ball.
Tillman. To about the 29. Stopped by Waters. A pickup of 4. 7:49 left to play.
You know, the Eagles, their defense has just been the turnover thing. I mean, they just keep going after you, getting the turnovers. Because if it weren't for the turnovers, the Giants have been pretty successful.
Oh, yeah.
Phil Simms has made some big passes, just not enough of them. But the turnovers are the thing that's gotten them.
Second down and 7. Tillman hit right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Hit by Mike Pitts, who's had an outstanding game.
He's another guy that is playing well for this Eagle defense. You know, you get Clyde Simmons on the outside. He was a defensive MVP voted by the players. Reggie White on the other side. You get big Jerome Brown and Mike Pitts in the middle. I'll tell you, it's tough to find some holes in there.
3rd and 7. Incomplete. Intended for Manuel. Jenkins all over him. Got to go.
Yep. And I'm sure they'll go with their 4 wide receivers.
That's exactly right. And Meggett in the backfield.
maybe the right hand was on him as the ball was in the air. See the way that ball was fluttering.
I don't think anybody could have caught it, no. First down, Eagles. At their own 30 with 6.5 minutes left to play. They're up by a touchdown. Byars. A gain of 2.
You look at this stuff blowing through the stadium, you realize what these guys have had to perform under or perform with, and you just look at this end zone, and that's the end zone that Randall Cunningham punted that ball out of, or punted it into 91 yards. Then they got the turnover, then they got the touchdown when the score was tied 17-17. That was a great sequence of team play.
2nd and 8. To Byars. Nothing there. Johnny Cooks hit him after a gain of 1. The coordinating producer of the NFL on CBS is Charles H. Milton III. This game produced by Bob Stinner, directed by Sandy Grossman, and the executive producer of CBS Sports, Ted Shaker. 3rd down and long. 7.
This is a time that football is really football. You know, when it's like summer and, you know, anyone can play. But when you get here and you get these battles in the east and the wind and the snow and the rain, and that's what football's all about. And I think the guys that stand out in these types of games are the real, you know, we talk about football players. I think that's it. And you watch this Keith Byars, and I'm thinking maybe we'll take a look at him in that all-Madden team.
I think that's a pretty good idea.
I'd like to have him.
It's Byars again. He hammers up for a pickup of 7. Stopped by Guyton. This is when you need to do these kind of things.
And that's the guy you like to have in your team. Remember, we used to have Pete Banaszak. We'd do that with, well, Pete, at the end of the game, when you're trying to run out the clock, you got the lead. You want a guy in there who can gain yards for you and who can, you know, move the pile, who can get first downs, but the most important thing, a guy who won't fumble for you.
And who wants the ball.
Yeah, that's always the special guy. You know, it's in big games, great players want the ball.
Byars is the lone setback. Handoff is to him. He won't get the first down. Harry Kennard came up to make the initial hit with reasons.
You know, Bill Parcells said that they had the short week. The Eagles had the long week. He said, but really, that doesn't make any difference. He said, that cannot be an excuse. We could get ready for this guy and his team in an hour and a half. I believe it'll be an easy thing to say if the Giants lose, but I don't believe that was part of it. Maybe there's one thing, it had to be turnovers.
That's usually the case. 3rd down and 3 at the 45. Byars gets the call again, and he got the first down with that back roll. He needed 3, he got 4.
There's a line of scrimmage over there on the right side, controlled by the Eagles. Saw Ron Heller get movement there, Ron Salt get a little movement, and Byars getting right in behind it.
The Giants use one of their timeouts. They have 1 left. The Rams came back to beat Dallas.
You know, I'm sure that the loser of this game is going to have to start watching some of those teams like the Rams, like the Vikings, like the Bears, like the Green Bay Packers, because then you're starting to think wild card. yesterday when we talked to Bill Parcells, he wanted no talk about that. He said if we don't win this one, we won't be in the playoffs. Lawrence Taylor says if we don't win this one, we don't deserve to be in the playoffs, because if you can't win big games like that, you're not going to win in the playoffs anyway.
But you start looking at the standings, the way things are at the moment, it would be hard to imagine they won't be in the playoffs. That's the Western Division the way it looks.
Well, and again, if you're looking at wild card situation, you're looking at those Rams. They look like they're going to be one of the teams in the playoffs.
First down, Eagles. This is Drummond. And the Giants take another timeout. Their last one. NFL schedule next week has Dallas at Philadelphia, Detroit at Chicago, New Orleans at Buffalo, Atlanta at Minnesota, Tampa Bay at Houston. And then the Giants at Denver, where we'll be. And Phoenix takes on the Los Angeles Raiders. It all begins next Sunday with the NFL Today at 12:30 Eastern Time.
Well, the Giants are going to have to get back next week and again go to Denver. It'll be interesting to see those Broncos. They look like one of the better teams, if not the best team in the AFC.
This telecast, excuse me, John, this telecast presented by the authority of the National Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the New York Giants and the National Football League is prohibited.
The Eagles have run the ball 41 times today and only passed 17 times. And isn't it funny how a wind can warm you up? I mean, they don't look quite as cold on that sideline as they do on this side.
No, they don't. Cunningham keeps the ball. He's cut down as a flag on the play. Eric Howard made the stop on Cunningham, but a penalty marker down.
False start, left tackle offense. No play, 5 yards, second down.
That means when the left tackle, Matt Darwin, moved, the whistle blew, so it doesn't count, so it's still second down. The Giants don't have any more timeouts. They're going to get one at the 2-minute warning, and if they could force a change of possession, of course, that would be another timeout.
2:19 left to play. Eagles have been penalized 15 times today for 107 yards. Cunningham to Drummond. Only a yard.
Now again, the Giants don't have any timeout, and the Eagles are going to let the ball run down to the 2-minute warning.
Two minutes remaining, and the Eagles up 24-17. And turnovers have done it. To go. It's third down. Yeah, it looks like about 13 left. 14, call it.
Looked like he moved half the stadium.
Yeah.
The whole pile, he moved half the joint on this one. But just, of course, this comes with winning, too. This comes at the end of the game, and this comes with a guy not stopping his feet moving and being a pretty big load himself. And watch that whole thing, he just kept those feet going.
Yep. There's another big one. Packers tied with Minnesota. Vikings play tonight. But Tampa Bay leading with a minute and a half to go.
Sometimes that Central Division looks like there's no one there that wants to win it. When it gets ahead, boom, they go down.
Well, look at this. The standings. Tampa Bay would be 6-7 if they can hang on. The Bears and Vikings play tonight. Green Bay would be 7-6. Detroit 4-9. They're the only ones out of it.
I'll tell you one thing. You could make a case now that the best team in the league, if they were playing in this kind of weather, is the Philadelphia Eagles.
I would think so. The ball goes over Runninger's head. And the Giants will take over. The clock will stop with 1:04 remaining.
The Giants have no timeouts. But again, with 1:04, that is plenty of time. Time will not be a problem. They're not going to be able to run the ball, but they wouldn't want to run the ball anyway. They're going to have to throw it, but again, that decision was made at halftime. They're going to have to throw it into the wind.
They go with a 4 wide receiver set up and make it in the backfield. Sims. Upfield to Manuel. Jenkins, the tackle. 13-yard gain. 50 seconds remain. Sims just has to dump it in the direction of Megan.
You see that? One of those rolls of toilet paper came or that scream stuff, and it got around Sims's leg. And as the ball was snapped, the thing went around his leg, and he threw that pass with that thing hanging on him.
And the wind's not tough enough, I guess.
Oh.
43 seconds left to play. To Baker.
Again, Reggie White and Clyde Simmons both on Sims as he threw that one. These Eagle defensive ends and this defensive team have had relentless pressure on Phil Sims. Been there from the first pass he's thrown until that last one.
3rd and 10. 38 seconds left.
Pressure that corners are under all the time. They're living out there on that thing. It looks like Isaiah Jenkins gets his hands around Manuel before the ball gets there. They've called some of those tight today, and that one they didn't.
One more down. This is 4th coming. 33 seconds left. Will be the 4th straight time the Eagles have beaten the Giants. Tonight on CBS begins with 60 Minutes. This week 60 Minutes takes you on a manhunt following following 60 Minutes, Murder, she wrote, and the CBS Sunday movie, No Place Like Home. That's all tonight here on CBS. That should do it. Tough, cold day. The Eagles 24, the Giants 17. Randall Cunningham from the Eagles and Mark Ingram from the Giants have been chosen the Miller Lite players of the game, and they qualify for Player of the Week honors. A $1,000 donation will be made by the Miller Brewing Company on behalf of the players to United Cerebral Palsy. The final score, the Eagles 24, the Giants 17. Stay tuned for the NFL Today post-game show. Brent and Herb will have all the scores and highlights. You've been watching CBS